Good morning to all. Today discuss about the topic of semiconductor. In semiconductor, there is the band gap of energies. Order of the one volt energy voltage is net flow of the free electrons cases current. In a semiconductor, two types of charged particle consist of current of the negative charged electrons and positively charged of holes. Just on movement of holes is the two-dimensional representation of the silicon crystal showing movement of the particle charges hole movable of the electrons. Another semiconductor constant of electrons on the holes of directly influence of the magnitude of current is semiconductor, and other one density of the holes under the electrons for the equal level. Equal is the n of I is equal to p of t3 divided by 2 is e of eg. The same holds value of the constant related to specific semiconductor materials. So constant level exchange semiconductor dropping out is the phasor of from the called donor. Another one, impurity of because the donor, the electrons that are free moves the bond of the acceptor and valence electrons. It is the therefore it's called the acceptor impurity. This n-type semiconductor is the two dynamics and positive cycles are the year percentage of silicons. It is dropped off the frozen atoms. Is the electrons movable dimensional the holes are the is the introduction of the semiconductor devices. Semiconductor devices is the PN junction diode. PN junction 3 layer, two junctions. Anode cathode. Another type of the PN is the formation. Formation is the P-type material, another N material. P-type materials, the semiconductor is the material dropped off the acceptor material has high cool of the concentration. Concentration free of the electrons, the P-type of material is very low. The N-type of material, semiconductor material dropped off the donor material high concentration of the free electrons. Concentration of the whole of the N-type materials are very low conditions. Another one is contain the negative charge of acceptor and the positive charge coal. Coal is the free, is the total charge is the zero conditions. Other N-type materials is the contain the positive charge is the donor is the negative charge is free is electrons to total charge is equal to zero. To PN junction diode, the PN junction of positive and negative. Positive is the electron lines holes in to attract the diffraction. The purpose of the solution of a movement of the water is the models for the crossing of side of the breaking of the holes on electrons is negatives and electrons is the positive is the holes is attract the electrons. Okay, the number of the equal to two side of the barrier of the carrier conductors. Reflection flow of the result of model of others free particle distributed of uniformly of the interior. Interior from the outside the move of the PN holes. Junction formations of the bearing the particle of electrons started the deflection from of N-type material into the P-type material. Being free particles holes to the start the deflection for P-type material to move the N-type material. Have there been the neutral particles and eventually all the free electrons for the whole of uniformly distributed over the interior the common crystal. However, the electrons are transferred to the negative charges onto the p side and the leave the unconcentrated charge of the donor. The n-type of the creator the positive charges is n-type of the p side charges on the materials of the conductor. The electrons in the holes remaining stage of the close up to the p-n junction because negative and positive charges attract each other. The negative charge stop electrons for the further diffusion. Positive charge stop on further of the diffusion and the voltage drop on the interface of present of the electrons into the p side and holes in n side. Probability of zone attract holes and left and electrons to the right. According to the current continuously law of the one of the flow of charge particles move of the forming close up closed loop. Very few holes of the n type material and there are very few electrons into the p type material used to available or support the current through the junction of plane. Instead of current nearly is equal to of voltage characteristics of the current. With flow of the current p n type and the n type the applied the junction voltage in few electrons feet used of the supporting the current through the junction of plane is. Thank you.